The drama surrounding Manny Pacquiao is nothing short of cinematic. A whirlwind of fists, courage, and sheer will that has defined an era of boxing unlike any other. From the moment he stepped into the ring, there was a certain electricity in the air, an unspoken understanding that you weren't just watching a fight. You were witnessing history being written. The icon, the future Hall of Famer, the one and only 8-division world champion, Manny Pacquiao, was about to remind the world why his name resonates far beyond the confines of the squared circle. It started with the clash against Miguel Cotto. Pacquiao, deliberate yet unrelenting, paced himself like a predator, letting Cotto absorb combinations, testing his endurance and reactions. In the third round, a perfect counter left hand found its mark, followed by a punishing body shot that left the champion staggering. Even in the chaos, Pacquiao's precision was undeniable. Cotto wanted a war, a slugfest, but Pacquiao orchestrated it into a symphony of pain, leaving the crowd silent in stunned awe. Each jab, each combination seemed to echo through the arena, a reminder of why he was more than just a fighter, he was a force of nature. Next came Antonio Margarito, a formidable opponent hardened by his own battles. Pacquiao's approach was surgical, almost cruel in its brilliance. He slipped punches effortlessly, countering with blistering combinations that forced Margarito to retreat. Every uppercut and left hand landed with surgical precision, demonstrating not just power, but timing, strategy, and an almost supernatural sense of anticipation. Margarito's resilience only highlighted Pacquiao's mastery. The man was in peak form, an unstoppable hurricane in motion, and when the fight ended, it felt less like a conclusion and more like a testament to Pacquiao's enduring legacy. Then there was Ricky Hatton, a fighter known for his toughness and heart, yet even he found himself undone by the relentless fury of the Filipino icon. In the first round, Hatton was already in trouble, caught off guard by a flurry of lefts and rights that seemed to materialize from nowhere. Pacquiao's footwork, his speed, his angles, everything combined to create a perfect storm that Hatton could neither predict nor withstand. By the second round, it was over. Hatton lay defeated, and the audience was left to marvel at a performance that was as mesmerizing as it was devastating. Pacquiao wasn't just winning fights, he was rewriting what it meant to be a champion. Erik Morales would be next, a battle that became a showcase of Pacquiao's evolution as a fighter. Morales, seasoned and cunning, thought he could weather the storm, but Pacquiao's counters were lightning fast, punishing, and precise. Knockdowns came one after another, and Morales's legs, once firm, wobbled under the sheer force of Pacquiao's assault. Each blow told a story of determination, of preparation, of a fighter who understood that greatness wasn't just in the punch, it was in the strategy, the timing, and the heart. Morales tried to fight back, launching combinations of his own, but Pacquiao's relentless pace and accuracy left him cornered, overwhelmed, and ultimately conceding to the inevitable. Facing Oscar De La Hoya, the stakes reached another level. Here was a man of legendary status, a fighter with power, fame, and experience. Yet Pacquiao moved up in weight with the confidence of someone who had faced every imaginable challenge. From the opening bell, the Filipino powerhouse dictated the pace. De La Hoya was caught off balance, pressed against the ropes, and unable to mount a meaningful defense as Pacquiao's combinations rained down with surgical precision. The crowd erupted as the technical knockout was called after 8 rounds, a masterclass in tactical aggression. Pacquiao wasn't just fighting, he was proving that even legends could be challenged, that skill and heart could topple even the most towering of reputations. Manny's battles with the likes of Brandon Rios, Lucas Mathis, and Antonio Diaz showcased his adaptability and resilience. Against Rios, Pacquiao displayed his inside-outside game, spinning and maneuvering, punishing his opponent while staying elusive. Mathis, known for his power, found himself systematically dismantled as Pacquiao pushed forward with calculated ferocity. And Diaz, relentless in his pursuit, was met with counters, combinations, and uppercuts that left no question about the hierarchy in the ring. Pacquiao's movements were precise, his timing impeccable, and his energy, seemingly inexhaustible, drove every fight toward a dramatic conclusion. Tim Bradley presented another chapter in the saga. Known for his discipline and resilience, Bradley tried to impose his will, but Pacquiao's mastery of distance, timing, and pressure proved overwhelming. Knockdowns came at crucial moments, each one punctuated by the inevitability of Pacquiao's skill. By the final rounds, it was clear. Bradley could fight, but he could not escape. Pacquiao's fists, his vision, and his experience had carved a narrative that few could challenge, and in the end, he emerged not just victorious, but monumental in every sense of the word. Even the battles against the lesser-known yet formidable fighters like Chris Algieri demonstrated the timeless efficiency of Pacquiao's style. Multiple knockdowns, a constant offensive barrage, and an unwavering focus highlighted the work ethic, the strategy, and the athletic genius that had defined his career. Opponents fell not because they lacked heart, but because they were simply unable to contend with a man operating at a level that seemed almost superhuman. Then there were the legendary encounters with Juan Manuel Márquez, a trilogy of battles steeped in history, rivalry, and mutual respect. Each fight was a chess match turned war, with Pacquiao's speed, angles, and combinations clashing against Márquez's counterpunching brilliance. Even when moments of vulnerability appeared, Pacquiao's ability to recover, adapt, and seize the moment showcased the essence of a true champion. By the end, these fights weren't just contests. They were stories of skill, heart, and the indomitable human spirit played out at the highest level. Shane Mosley and Keith Thurman were next, men with power and pedigree, yet they too found themselves ensnared in Pacquiao's relentless rhythm. With each opponent, Pacquiao demonstrated a unique combination of agility, vision, and offensive creativity that left no room for doubt. Punches that seemed to come from impossible angles, footwork that confounded timing, and a composure under pressure that bordered on supernatural. All of it contributed to a legacy built not just on victories, but on moments of awe-inspiring mastery. Marco Antonio Barrera offered a test of experience against speed, yet Pacquiao's combination of anticipation, precision, and explosive counters proved decisive. The exchanges were violent, beautiful, and telling. A demonstration of how a fighter with discipline and heart could dominate with speed, accuracy, and an unyielding will. The audience watched not just a fight, but a lesson in the artistry of pugilism, a masterclass delivered by one of the greatest athletes of all time. What emerges from this storied career is not merely a record of knockouts, titles, and accolades. It is a testament to human resilience, strategy, and the pursuit of greatness against every conceivable obstacle. From the early days facing Cotto and Margarito, through battles with Hatton, Morales, and De La Hoya, and into the later challenges against Rios, Mathis, Diaz, Bradley, Algieri, Marquez, Mosley, Thurman, and Barrera, Pacquiao was more than a boxer. He was a phenomenon. Each fight was a chapter, each punch a line in a story of perseverance, innovation, and undeniable skill. Manny Pacquiao's career reminds us that boxing, at its core, is not merely a sport of fists. It is the theater of courage, the choreography of heart and mind, the relentless pursuit of excellence that turns ordinary men into legends. In every jab, every combination, every uppercut, Pacquiao left a mark, not just on his opponents but on the history of the sport itself. He fought not for glory alone, but to redefine what was possible in the ring, to inspire those who witnessed his journey, and to stand as a symbol of what can be achieved through discipline, vision, and unyielding determination. So as you reflect on the saga of Manny Pacman Pacquiao, ask yourself, what does it take to rise to the pinnacle of a sport, to face every challenge with courage, and to leave a legacy that transcends time? Which fight resonates most with you? The explosive knockout of Ricky Hatton, the tactical brilliance against Oscar De La Hoya, or the sheer domination of Antonio Margarito? Let us know in the comments below. And if you've been inspired by the journey of this legendary icon, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to explore the greatest stories in boxing history. Because in the world of boxing, few names carry the weight, the history, and the drama of Manny Pacquiao, and few moments will ever capture the thrill of watching him in his element, a man who redefined what it means to be a champion.